Welcome back. It's time for us to take you through the newspapers. As we start off with the Daily Monitor in Uganda. On the front page of the Daily Monitor, the big story talks about the new health law, and it says, new health law bites. That's what the big story says this morning. New health law bites. Still on the front page of the Daily Monitor, how it will affect, it says, the Public Health Amendment Act 2022, which President Museveni assented to on the 8th of February, has 10 penalties for offenders that include heavy fines or jail terms. You can see some of the fines here: 3 million shillings, 3 million shillings, 4 million shillings, and we find out what that really means. Still on the front page, new details emerge on OPM iron sheet scandal. At the top of the paper, with eyes on cash, government now reboots mining. Serere votes new MP tomorrow. This is why your property is not safe. Find out why on page 23. And the final story, IGG gives 24,000 leaders 30 days to declare wealth. There, of course, is a reference to Ash Wednesday. Christians asked to emulate Jesus as Lent season starts today. Now let's look at the front page of the Namibian.
And on the Namibian this morning, all eyes on Shimi's economic revival as pensioners are expectant. Analysts remain cautious. Also, Britain rejects 90% of Namibian asylum seekers, given option to return voluntarily or forcibly. That's sad. We can also find here Ombudsman records 579 cases against police. As always, very few stories on the Namibian. Top of the screen there, Nujoma's Foundation, 45 million Namibian dollars building to complete first phase this year. And we can also find the education more important today because of innovation. These are some of the stories on the Namibian that we can find at this time, this Wednesday morning. All right,
let's move away from the Namibian to the Daily Trust in Nigeria. And on the front page of the Daily Trust newspaper, we can see the big story there says, INEC gets cash for elections. RECs to collect money from CBN state branches. EFCC, ICPC, others monitor spending. It's wrong. CBN usurping INEC's independence, and this is according to Falana. Race to Asoro, Kwankwaso, red cap revolutionists, changing the tide. And of course, there's an advertorial here. Article leads in Nigeria's largest poll ever. 3.1 million people sampled. Every day, everybody is leading. 2 days ago, BAT was leading. Yeah. Today, Article is leading, and tomorrow
there's a new poll every week. Kwankwaso might lead in a poll before weekend.
Well, I don't see how that really is going to happen.
Showari might also lead.
No, you've been funny. No, don't stop it. Police deploy AIG 7 CPs in Rivers, Kano. 3 days to go. We have a work hard for Nigerians, says Tinubu at final rally. 145,913 users to monitor polls, largest ever in Nigeria's history. And this is according to INEC. And final story, women will get 40% of appointments under PDP. And this is according to Atiku Abubakar's wife. Well, it seems like you have something to say about that.
I don't.
So, I mean, I do understand how we're talking a lot more about women participating in politics. I just feel that, the way people talk about tokenism, we're starting to see that it's almost like, oh, if you give us this, we'll give you women participation. And we see that play out in different parts of the country.
Absolutely. And, and these are also very common statements that you would hear in, when it's election season. There will always be these promises, there will be these projections. Atiku Abubakar has also said that, he would hand over to, a president from the southeast if they allow him become president. There's a lot of these things will be said, a lot of them will, are really just word of mouth. None of them hold any water. And of course, it's then important for you to then question these persons in times when they have been in leadership in the past. How many, what percentage of women did they have in their cabinet?
Exactly.
What percentage of women did they
What is your track record like?
What is your track record? Exactly. So,
and I'm hoping that women will not be fooled by that. It's not a thing of, oh, this person is going to help us move up the ladder.
Because we've heard these promises before. It's not the first time.
I mean, we saw it play out in Kenya as well at the Kenyan elections. Well, we'll talk more and look through some more papers later on in the show. And for now, we're going to a quick break. And when we come back, we'll be looking straight into our top stories.